Congratulations to you, Mr. Zach McCormick.
Well, we did it. A lot of the stuff on this car has been done off camera, and most of it's just because of the sheer lack of consistent time that I've been able to put onto this. So, the other day we had Eddie over, and I don't know if we filmed a whole lot with Eddie, but we got the threaded rod done in the front, all that fun stuff. I just went to town, bought some brake fittings. I get this question all the time. You're deleting ABS. If you reroute the factory lines, the product from Napa you need is a 3474 HP. And what that does is this threads right into your brake master, and then your rerouted brake lines will thread into this. So you don't even have to reflare any lines. That's what it is. But if you have to reflare lines, the fittings you're looking for are 12 mil by 1, and I get them long, and I get them with the smaller 3/16 tube, and those are 3493 HP. While I was there, I bought some more 10 mil fittings. So yeah, we are just rerouting all of the existing brake lines. We got rid of the ABS sensor. I've been kind of putting off going to Napa, but today I had 30 minutes, so I went there after work, and you know what? It's kind of nice when the parts people just let you go in the back, and then you can just spend your own time, and that way if you buy your own shit, you're not mad at them, you're mad at yourself. I've been having a heck of a time with my passenger front tire on this. I've gone through 1 tube with a hole, 2 tubes have been patched, 3 tubes right here, 4th tube I just threw out, and now the 5th tube is flat. I've gone through it and I've taken that apart. It's a doubled skidder. I have no idea why it's popping so many tubes. We're going to be patching a whole bunch of tubes here. I heat the tube up, I buff it, I glue it, I put patch on it, I put pressure, I give it 12 to 24 hours to cure. Anyway, we're going to figure that out. I might just put a different skid tire because there might, I don't know what's doing it. But we're just going to finish up the brakes. We're going to put some power steering in it. We have a radiator in it. The radiator, I found this in my pile of radiators. It's copper. I think it's from a 1974 Mazda pickup. Maybe. I'm going through all my old stuff over in that corner. And there's so much stuff over there that I don't know why I've kept for 15 years, but I bet you if you guys go through some of your garages, there's going to be stuff from 20 years ago that you're like, why did I keep this? Anyway, that's what I've been doing. We got the front end all together. We're still having problems with those tubes, like I just said. Well, let's go take a look at the back end of this, because I'm finished with the back end. Well, guys, I'd like to thank today's sponsor. Today's sponsor, and whose shirt I'm wearing today, is Fueled by Haters. This is a free sponsorship, and shout out to Fueled by Haters. They are out of New York. I bought a shirt off those guys, and I think they're a great group of guys, and I love watching their content. So go feel free to check them out. Let's get back to the video. So for the back end of this, we kind of tucked the trunk, but we didn't really slam it in there too hard. We're going for a very stock in the back end of this. We did we dimpled the frame. We have seat belts and old ratchet straps that have screwed up over the years, going from the trunk lid to the rear bumper to try to hold it together, because that's the last thing I want this thing to do, is open up like a clam and the actual body go up and the frame go down. So you never want that. You want it all tied together. We did put 2 threaded rods in the back. We may have to take these out at the show. I'm not 100% sure. But this is a very, very simple back end of this car. I think this is honestly, once we have the brakes and that damn tire fixed, it's gone through over $150 worth of tubes now. I'm gonna fix all the tubes so they can be reused, but that's not the point. Once we get the brakes done, I think this car is pretty much done other than paint. We even have the sunroof cover on. The show that I am preparing this thing to go to requires there to be a roof sign, but I don't know where all my roof signs are. So I actually won a roof sign from a Buck and Doe, these guys are gonna laugh, 10 years ago. And it's in my basement, and I recently just found it. So maybe my super old prize-winning Buck and Doe roof sign will go on this car. Who knows? But I feel pretty good about this car. There's a lot, we cannot take this car to the show being all white. They actually have a rule against it that you can't have all white cars. Just one of the small perks of this show. But there's still little things that we gotta do. We still gotta adjust the shifter, but the car's gotta be running and stopping for me to do that. But I'm pretty happy with this thing. I think this thing is done to the point now where I'm satisfied. I think that it's good. I think that it's a solid project. And I kind of have some faith in it. I do not think this thing's gonna let me down inside the ring, and I think I've done everything that I can do to make this thing competitive. That's all you can do, is you can try your best to make these things as competitive as you can, but it kind of comes down to what you're allowed to do in the rules and basically luck. A lot of guys are gonna say it's not luck. You know what? You can prepare yourself as best as possible. And like, I get it. If a ball joint's bad and you know that ball joint's going bad in, and then that ball joint breaks, that's not luck. That's unpreparedness. But when you do something like this, and I've changed out as many things as I can, and I'm going to be changing out this tube again, it more comes down to luck. One bad shot can change the whole outcome for me in this demolition derby. I have one guy get a perfect passenger side tire shot, and then you guys can say, well, that's your fault for giving your passenger tire. But there's sometimes it's not your fault. You know, you could be doing a big hit and get spun around 90 degrees just with how big the hit is for the back of it, and somebody gets your front end. It really comes down to luck. What I've tried to do with this car is I've tried to eliminate everything that could go wrong that I could prepare for. The only thing that I haven't really prepared for yet is this motor starting to get tired. It's been a good motor, been a great motor, no complaints. I have to find some wood to knock on here. But I think I've eliminated everything that is neglectful and that can be eliminated. All it's going to come down to is luck. It's going to come down to the draw of the cards. It's going to come down to who gets into my heat. It's going to come down to if I just leave myself open. It's going to come down to so many small little things. But hopefully it's nothing to do with the car. It will be my driving mistakes. It will not be a bad ball joint, a bad tie rod, a bad axle, because it's got new axles. It won't come down to a bad fuel pump like Fall Brawl. Hopefully, with the amount of effort I've put into this thing, I've now eliminated everything that is not going to be my fault in the ring. What do you guys think? Do you think this thing's going to be a good car? I put a lot of effort into it. I kind of really want to see it do good. We do got to paint it. Why don't you guys leave some comments on how you guys want it painted, and maybe I'll follow through. I'm not a great artist, but I still need a name. It's hard to kind of paint it without a name. Remember I was telling you guys I found my old roof sign in the basement? I found door wraps that were my old infected ones. Should this thing become infected again? Or infected 2? I don't know. Infected again kind of seems to... I can't call it COVID-19 because YouTube will not show the videos, but who knows? It might become infected. What do you guys think? I'm pretty happy that you guys are sticking with me through this. You know, some of these builds take a long time, and this one has been in here since November. It may not seem like it's been in here since November because of the videos on how I put them out, but this thing's been in here a while. I'm excited to see it get out because I would like something else to get in here. So thanks for watching, guys, and we got to finish up the brakes, bleed them, and then put another damn tube into this thing. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you back here later on Zach's Workshop.